Hi, I want to show you some of the neat features we have in QBOT version 3.2. And this is version 3.2 of the QBOT V3 app available on the Google Play Store. Right now on my tablet I have a previous version to 3.2, and I want to show you how you should be updating your app. So if you haven't updated the app or you don't even know what I'm talking about, the Google Play Store, follow along with me to make sure you have the latest, greatest version of the QBOT V3, which is now version 3.2. Let's go into the Play Store. Just click the Play Store app, and if you notice right next to that title bar in the very top, just to the left of where it says Google Play, there's a series of 3 bars. I'm going to press that, and then from the left it shows my account information. So I'm going to look at My Apps and Games, and then it shows the list of apps that are in my list that I've downloaded or that came with the tablet when I purchased it. Well, right up at the top, since at the time of this filming, the app was just released to the Google Play Store, and it's a timely time to make this video, you can see that at the top it says Updates, and it will show you what apps you have and if there's updates available for it. So it turns out that the QBOT V3 app does have an update, and there's a button that says Update All at the top. So if you're doing this or you haven't done this in a while and you see that you have a lot of apps, you just click Update All and it will get you all up to date. Now, it might take you some time to do that, but it's a good thing to go through and let all of these apps update just in case they have bug fixes and so forth, and when everything's up to date, everything also works together well on your tablet. I'm going to click the Update All, and I only expect it to update just the QBOT app. I click that, and it's now downloading the app. First step is downloading, then it will install, and then it will give a screen that says Open. And we're going to do that so I can show you the new features in version 3.2. There it is installing, and then finally, and there it is all updated. Now I'm going to hit my back arrow button, and then I'm going to hit at the bottom of the tablet there's a little icon that looks like 2 sheets of paper, and that is actually the name for that button is Recents. It'll show you the recent apps. So I click that, and I will then close all. So everything's closed. Now I go into my QBOT app, my V3, I press the icon, and first thing I will do is I will click the About button, and there it is, version 3.2. So I'm up to date. I have the latest version of the app. Now I click Connect, and now I'm connected to my QBOT, which is mounted on my machine, and it was ready to connect. So I'm all connected. Let's look at the new features. Under pattern quilting, we have the ability to knock out inner boundaries before we place the pattern. This is nice when you're quilting around appliques or you're quilting around a block that you don't want to do an edge-to-edge design in. Say you're doing an edge-to-edge, and in the middle of the edge-to-edge you kind of want to go around an area. You can do that now. You can also, if you're doing a block design and you want to put a meander in the background of your block, but you have some kind of heart in the middle of it that you don't want to quilt over, you can do that now too. You can also quilt around, well, like I said, appliques or embroidery designs. All of that you can knock out inner areas. And not only one area, you can knock out any number of areas within your outer boundary. So I'm just going to play around here a little bit. I'm not going to quilt anything out, but I want to show you how quickly and effective you can set your outer and inner boundaries. I'm going to do a quick outer boundary. I'll press Done. And now it says, do you want to select an inner boundary shape? And I do, so I say yes. I can click an inner boundary shape really quickly, and I'll say Done. Do you want to set another inner boundary shape? Sure. So I'll set another inner boundary shape. I'll say Done. Do you want to set another inner boundary shape? And this will go on forever. When you're done setting your inner boundary shapes, press No. No. Now we're ready to put in a design. So I alluded to an edge-to-edge design before, and I have a whole video on that that shows that. Let's do a block. Let's say we'll put in a block And better yet, let me put in a Fax Tracks design, which is a crazy spiral like that. And I will modify it, and I'll make it fit in this area. I will do non-proportional scaling and scale it like that. Say I was going to do something crazy like that. For the purposes of demonstration, this works great. Like my video that shows the inner boundary in detail, you can use jump stitches or not. For this little demo, I'm going to say no. I will say done. And then it's going to trim out those sections that were the inner boundary. And you can quilt that spiral, and when it hits the inner boundary that has been chosen, it will go around it and then pick up the design and finish it off. So it'll move until it hits the boundaries, and then it goes around the boundary to pick up and continue on with its curve. So that is a neat feature we have now in version 3.2. I will back out of this all the way, get back to the main screen. One of the other things we have in version 3.2 is the new chain and trim command, which is very powerful. For this, I will select a little bit larger area so I can show you how quickly and easily it is, how quick and easy it is to use. I'm just going to select some points, and I'm going to pretend that this is an edge to edge. And I'm not going to do an inner boundary shape now. I'll put in an edge to edge or a border here. I'll just select any kind of edge to edge. We'll put in this design here, this feather design. That obviously isn't going to fit edge to edge, so I hit modify. I make it the size that I want it, and I start placing it nicely. And then I click the chain button, and I just want to chain that design down the quilt. And as you can see, it adds the new element to the old element that was there, and continues to chain just as the name implies. Now, when I'm done and I want to do the final placement, I can then, and it goes off the edges, the left and right edges, I can turn my trim on, trim left and right, press OK, and then done. And what it does is it trims it to the left and right edges, and you're ready to quilt. At this point, if you're going to do this as a true traditional edge to edge over the whole quilt, you would save the design, and we'll call this feather demo. And just like that, you've saved the design, ready to do the next rows after you've run out of quilting space and you have to move the quilt. So those are some neat features that are with version 3.2. Another thing that I want to show you or advise you to do is check us out on Instagram. Our Instagram handle is QBOT_quilting, and it shows up on the screen, and you can find us on Instagram. If those of you who aren't familiar with Instagram, I can show you on the tablet. And here you see my Instagram feed. And I followed a couple of people. I follow Moda Fabrics and Bernina and Brother and so forth, and a couple of local quilt stores. One of the neat things here, what I like to do is, to help promote QBOT, I take pictures of the projects I'm working on, and I post them to my feed. And I'll do that right now. I'll show you how easy it is once you download the Instagram app and you log in with your ID, and you may have to sign up for it. You click the little camera button, and there's the camera, and I'm gonna take a picture of this quilt, and this is gonna be a post that I'm gonna do today. So there, I've just finished this quilt for my son. Take a picture. I can modify the picture and do all kinds of neat things. I'll change the brightness a little bit, make it a little bit brighter. Say OK, and I'll move on. And then it says write a caption. And I'll say celebrating spring, right here, S-P-R-I-N-G, celebrating spring with new quilt, quilted quilted with, and then this is where it gets fun because we can tag things in Instagram, so we can put a hashtag on this. So I'm going to say with QBOT V3 celebrating spring with new quilt quilted with hashtag QBOT V3, and I'll put at QBOT symbol underscore, all these things you have to learn, quilting, using the, let's see, we're going to say using the hashtag Bernina USA. There we go. Using the hashtag Bernina USA, hashtag Q24. And then, of course, we have to use an exclamation point. Celebrating spring with the new quilt quilted with QBOT V3 at QBOT Quilting using a hashtag Bernina USA, hashtag Q24. And then look, we can tag people. So I'm going to tag the machine as this is Bernina USA. And then I'm going to tag that as QBOT Quilting. And those tags then are searchable within Instagram. So people who are QBOT users can search those tags like QBOT underscore quilting and see what other people are quilting. It's kind of a neat thing to do. So I'm going to check that, say yes, and then I'm going to say check it again. And there it is, it's processing, and that's putting it up to the Instagram website. So please check us out on Instagram. It's a way you can see what we're doing in the shop here. And it's also a way, if you tag your projects, it's a way for us to see how you're using your QBOT. It's kind of a neat thing. The other thing I'd like you to do is press the subscribe button on our YouTube channel. And by pressing the subscribe button, every time we do an updated video or a tutorial, you will get a little link because you're a subscriber saying that a new video is available. That way you're always up to date with the latest and greatest things. Every time I do an update to the app, every time we advance and add features, I always do a tutorial on those features to show you how to use it. And by subscribing, you'll never miss it again. The other thing that I'd like you to do is join the Yahoo group. We have a great and lively Yahoo group right now, and it is called QBOT Squad, I believe it is. And just look at the link in the description and what shows up on the screen just to make sure that you go to the right place. And the other place for lots of resources is our website, of course, www.myqbot.com. That's the place where not only can you link to the user groups, you can see all of our online notions and accessories for the QBOT, and also purchase items for the Quilter's Cruise Control. So it's kind of a collect-all for all of our products that we manufacture. So until next time, enjoy QBOT version 3, QBOT V3 version 3.2.